Hello everyone! I have a very important update for you regarding tomorrow's winter storm, as new data indicates that snowfall totals will be significantly higher than we first predicted. Our confidence is growing that this storm will cause major travel disruptions across a large part of the Midwest and Great Lakes. A wide area is now expected to receive 6 to 12 inches of snow. However, the very center of this system is likely to bring an even greater impact. Cities such as Milwaukee, Chicago, Des Moines, and Grand Rapids are right in the primary path where more than a foot of snow is possible, particularly in concentrated bands where the heaviest snow develops. In the most intense parts of this storm, snowfall rates could exceed 2 inches per hour, especially during Saturday night and into early Sunday morning. Snowplows may have difficulty keeping the roads clear, and visibility will decrease rapidly as strong winds move in. Blowing and drifting snow will likely cause near-whiteout conditions at times, which will make travel dangerous and perhaps even impossible. In this forecast, we are going to carefully explain what you need to know about this winter storm and what has changed in the last 24 hours leading to these higher snowfall predictions for your area. Now, we have a great deal to cover, including 2 separate winter storms that will affect the United States over the next 7 days. The first of these storms is set to begin tonight and will continue all the way through Sunday. So let's take a closer look at this. Starting with tonight's weather, snow will begin to move into the Dakotas, as well as Iowa and Missouri. Most of this initial snowfall will be light to moderate, but it is expected to become much heavier as we proceed into the overnight hours. This forecast map shows the situation at approximately midnight. Snow is expected to cover all of Iowa by that time. Northern Missouri, western Illinois, and southern Minnesota will also begin to see light to moderate snowfall. This will start to create some travel concerns, but the most significant problems are not expected to arise until Saturday. By Saturday morning, the heavy snow will really intensify. You can see the number of dark blue areas on the map by Saturday morning across Iowa, Nebraska, and also over in St. Louis. This indicates where snowfall will accumulate very rapidly. On top of that, snowfall rates could reach 2 to 3 inches per hour, meaning the snow will pile up very quickly in these locations. Then, later on Saturday morning, some of the most severe impacts will be felt across Iowa and Illinois. This is because the heavy snowfall will become a much greater concern, and very strong wind gusts are also expected. This combination means we will be dealing with drifting and blowing snow. This situation will create the potential for near blizzard conditions across parts of Iowa and Illinois. Please remember, tomorrow is Saturday, which is typically a busy day for travel. And with the Thanksgiving holiday having just concluded, it is unfortunate, but the roadways are likely to be quite busy tomorrow. This is true even with widespread winter storm warnings in effect all across Iowa, Illinois, and Wisconsin. By lunchtime, the snow will be at its heaviest in those dark blue areas, which will be over southern Iowa and central and western Illinois. This is where we will again see snowfall rates of up to 3 inches per hour. However, nearly all of Iowa will be experiencing snow throughout the morning, which means the snow will accumulate continuously, and our total snowfall in places like Iowa could be as high as 18 inches in some locations. That truly illustrates how significant this winter storm is expected to be. Over the past 3 years, the Midwest has not experienced many winter storms of this magnitude. This will certainly be one of the more significant storms in recent memory. As we move into the afternoon hours, much of the snow will begin to shift eastward. One notable change that will occur during the late morning and early afternoon is that the snow line will start to lift northward. This is due to a significant amount of warm, moist air pushing up from the Gulf of Mexico. For those of you in areas like St. Louis and across most of central and northern Missouri, this means you will likely see a transition from all snow to a mix of snow and rain. Any snow that does accumulate will become very slushy as a result. Another point I want to emphasize is that the northern and western portions of this winter storm are where some of the most significant snowfall will occur. So by approximately 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we expect to see very heavy snow across central and eastern Iowa and northwestern Illinois. The snowfall in Chicago will also really begin to intensify during the afternoon hours. Additionally, for those of you in Milwaukee or southern Wisconsin, the day will begin with light snow for most of the morning. This will become much more steady and moderate by the afternoon. Consequently, the snow accumulation will really build up during the afternoon and evening hours. By 4 to 5 o'clock as we get closer to sunset, much of the heavy snowfall will be concentrated over northern Illinois. Most of Iowa will be seeing lighter snow by this time. Then as we move into the evening, the snow will be covering the entire Great Lakes region. We will still have snowfall in Wisconsin even at 10 o'clock tomorrow night, as well as in northern Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and northwestern Pennsylvania, where folks will start to see snow by about 10 o'clock. However, this low-pressure system is going to move very quickly to the northeast, and it will become less organized as it does. This means that snowfall totals during late Saturday evening and into Sunday will be much less significant than what we are forecasting for the Midwest. So for our viewers in New York, Pennsylvania, and Ohio, I do not anticipate major snowfall accumulation. That being said, there will be some localized areas that could receive over 6 inches of snow from this event. Then as we move through late Sunday morning and into the afternoon hours, most of the snow will begin to move out of the United States. The remaining snow will be located mainly across northern New England and upstate New York. There will also be a bit of lake effect snow on the backside of this system across western and northern Michigan, including the upper peninsula of Michigan. That could result in an additional 3 to 6 inches of snow in those specific areas. Then, looking ahead to Monday and Tuesday, we are tracking another large winter storm that is lining up stretching from the Central Plains to the northeast. We will discuss that second storm in just a moment. Now, the most significant change in the last 24 hours is the amount of snow we are expecting across the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, the Great Lakes, and the Northeast. And it is a very large increase. The latest forecast from the National Weather Service now indicates that we are expecting a widespread 1 foot of snow. That is correct. A full foot of snow across most of central and eastern Iowa, southern Wisconsin, northern and central Illinois, and into Michigan and Indiana. This is a major increase from our previous forecast. We were originally anticipating 6 to 10 inches of widespread snow. Now it appears to be closer to a 9 to 15 inch range that we expect to be widespread across nearly all of the Midwest and the Great Lakes regions, with the most significant amounts likely near Davenport, where I am forecasting approximately 14 inches of snow. Davenport will likely receive about 14 inches, as could Milwaukee. For Chicago, it will be closer to 8 to 10 inches of snow. Over near Kalamazoo, you will likely see right around 10 to 12 inches. If you are in Indianapolis, I am thinking around 5 to 6 inches. As for St. Louis, you are only expected to have a few hours of snowfall before that transition to rain occurs during the afternoon. Therefore, those areas will likely only see about 3 to 4 inches of accumulation, and even that will be a very slushy type of snow. Back over in Sioux Falls, we are forecasting right around 6 inches of snowfall. Here is a more detailed view of the Midwest, in case you need to see more precisely what to expect for snowfall in your specific location. Again, these are significant amounts. We will be broadcasting live on this channel tomorrow to cover this winter storm. We may even have a live question and answer session tonight on our YouTube channel, so please make sure you are subscribed and have clicked the notification bell so you will be alerted when we go live. This is going to be a major winter storm. We will have numerous live storm chasers and cameras positioned across the Midwest, covering every angle of this event for you. Now, this is another possible scenario from the HRR computer model. This is the model I used for the future radar you just saw. It indicates that we could see some locations in areas like Iowa or even western Illinois that receive around 15 to 18 inches of snow. The highest total could be near 22 inches, just to the west of Des Moines. That is entirely possible, so please make sure you are preparing for this storm. If you have any plans to travel on the roads over the next 24 hours, please proceed with extreme caution, and I truly do not recommend traveling in the Midwest if you can avoid it. We are already forecasting a very high probability of major travel impacts tomorrow across many areas from Chicago all the way to western Iowa and near Omaha, Nebraska. And here are the latest watches and warnings from the National Weather Service. We have winter storm warnings in effect for all the areas shown in pink, which includes nearly all of Michigan, most of Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and extending through Iowa and Minnesota. We also have winter weather advisories shown in purple in effect, and these advisories stretch from Montana all the way into northwestern Ohio. So please be sure you are prepared for this winter storm. It is a good idea to have flashlights ready in case of power outages. I do believe we may see some power outages tomorrow, given how significant this snowfall will be. And of course, on the roadways, if you absolutely must travel, please be careful. Please be sure to take it slow out there, as conditions are going to be dangerous. Now, to show you just how hazardous the travel will be tomorrow, across the Midwest, this is the forecast from the Weather Prediction Center. It shows the intensity of this winter storm, and anywhere you see in red is where we are expecting major impacts on travel. This area extends from Des Moines through Davenport and into the northern parts of Illinois near Rockford. We also see a red area over Chicago and Milwaukee, where major travel impacts are likely tomorrow. The areas shaded in orange indicate a moderate impact, which stretches from Omaha all the way over to Kalamazoo and near Grand Rapids in Michigan, and also through central Illinois near Springfield. Then anywhere you see yellow is where at least minor travel impacts are forecasted. This includes most of Michigan, Ohio, central Indiana, including Indianapolis, and also down through St. Louis. The most important thing to remember is that if you do not have to travel, please do not travel tomorrow. It is going to be dangerous out there. Once again, we will be broadcasting live for most of the day to give you a clear idea of what it looks like on the roads, so please make sure you are subscribed to the channel and click the bell icon. That way, you will be notified when we do go live. Now, this is not the only winter storm we are expecting over the next 7 days across the United States. In fact, we are likely going to see another significant winter storm as we go into the beginning of next week, which is only a few days away. Here is what we expect to happen as we go into Monday afternoon. Moisture coming up from the Gulf will combine with moisture coming over the Rockies. A mixture of snow and perhaps even some freezing rain and regular rain is possible across the Ozarks and through the Central Plains. There could even be some ice accumulation in Arkansas. This is quite concerning, of course, since Arkansas is not accustomed to seeing that much ice accumulation during the winter. This could cause major problems on Monday, but as we move into Monday night and Tuesday, this storm system is expected to grow much larger and become far more organized. As these two air masses come together, we could have widespread snow from Missouri, Kansas, and Oklahoma all the way through Michigan and Ohio. And on the flip side, right in between the rain and the snow, some ice accumulation could occur in Kentucky, Ohio, and even Indiana, Illinois, Arkansas, and Missouri. This means that we could have some major travel problems as we go into Monday night and also into early Tuesday. On Tuesday, this winter storm becomes even more organized and grows even larger, and that is when we are likely going to see the most significant impacts on travel across the board. The most significant snowfall accumulation will likely be on Tuesday, especially across Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, and all the way through New England, where we could have a legitimate nor'easter on Tuesday. So things are about to become very interesting in the weather world, especially since this could be our first significant nor'easter in quite a few years. We have not had very many nor'easters that result in a major snowfall event recently. This storm has the potential to be just that, with a widespread 12 inches or more of snow being a real possibility. It is not for certain just yet, but it looks a great deal more likely than before that we will be talking about a major winter storm during the beginning of next week. Then by Wednesday and Thursday of next week, that system should move out. Looking beyond that, more chances for snow are possible toward the end of next week, but they will not be nearly as widespread as what we will see here over the next 5 days. So, if this nor'easter is as powerful as the GFS computer model is showing right now, there is a true possibility that a widespread 1 foot or more of snowfall would be possible across areas like Pennsylvania, all the way through central and northeastern New England. That would include areas like New Hampshire, Vermont, and even western and northern Massachusetts. But please notice how sharp of a dividing line there is between very significant snowfall and almost no snowfall. This is a very typical nor'easter setup for New England, and it could be on the table for Tuesday. However, the European model is showing a storm track much farther to the south and is also showing a lot less snowfall in general. It suggests more of a widespread 3 to 6 inches of snowfall, with maybe some locations seeing around 8 to 12 inches of snow. So there is a lot to figure out with that next winter storm. We are going to have a much more detailed report on this for you on Sunday as we get closer to the event, and we will give you many more details then. So please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And as a friendly reminder, we have a big Black Friday sale going on at shopmaxvelocity.net. You can use the code Black Friday to get $5 off on orders of $50 or more. This includes our brand new top-selling cheese curd collection, which is named after my dear cat. We also have many other wonderful items like our Happy Holidays and Supercell merchandise. You can check this all out with the top link in the description below. We might be live tonight for a little question and answer live stream just to go over the latest details, but if not, we will be live for you tomorrow. There will be no separate video tomorrow, so please stay tuned and we will see you all again in the next video or live broadcast.